What up, my fellow dorks? It is the Turtle Dork back with a new trailer reaction for you today. So this is the second trailer for Jason Reitman's next film, which is The Front Runner, the story of Gary Hart, played by Hugh Jackman. I vaguely remember Gary Hart when he was up for running for president. I believe it was in '88. And then, of course, there was a scandal that came out. The first trailer I really liked. I like Jason Reitman as a director. A lot of his filmography I really enjoyed. Juno is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, somewhere in that mix. And The Young Adult is a really good movie, a hard to watch movie, a movie that, you know, I'm not going to just put on at any random time, but it's a very good movie, a well acted movie that deals with a lot of very hard to watch and difficult themes. And then, of course, he has, oh goodness, what's the movie that I like? Up in the Air with George Clooney, Vera Farmiga, Anna Kendrick. Really good. Love that movie. So I'm a huge fan of Jason Reitman, so I'm so excited to see what he's going to do with kind of like this political biopic of telling this time of Gary Hart. I know it played a tiff to some mixed reviews. I think it mixed to good reviews, but still enough for me to really want to check out. And Hugh Jackman looks like he's really going to be pretty dynamic in this film as well. So, yeah, with no further ado, let's go ahead and check out the second trailer for The Front Runner.
I've never known a guy more talented at untangling politics so that anyone can understand.
Gary Hart
is bringing bold and inventive ideas into American politics.
It is a gift, and he wants to share that with people.
Hart is pushing groundbreaking reforms
on education and foreign policy.
I want you to think about the opportunity that we
J.K. Simmons, man. Oh, and Vera Farmiga. So he's working with a lot of the actors that he's worked with before.
And the cost to this great country if we squander it.
I don't know if you're going to squander it, but he might.
Ideas have power. Ideas are what this election is all about.
Dallas got Hart beating Bush by 12. By 12.
Gary Hart is considered the man to beat.
Senator, can I ask you a question? Do you feel like you have a traditional marriage? There is no privacy. The cameras go everywhere.
The one thing I ever asked was don't embarrass me.
Senator, you have sex with that woman? Can't be serious.
I love Vera Farmiga.
Oh, yeah.
She's so good.
I'm aware of that, Tom. It's in the paper. Well, you have a responsibility. I know full well what my responsibilities are. Do you know yours?
There are stories being written right now.
There is no story.
Womenizing lies.
Just because some other paper used gossip was front page news, and that doesn't mean we have.
It does now. This campaign is about the future, not rumors, not sweets. I care about the sanctity of this process, whether you do or do not.
In a matter of days, Hart's campaign has collapsed.
We're talking about how you get through today without pissing away everything we've all worked for on this campaign.
We lose this, we can kiss the White House goodbye.
Damn. I mean, you can just see it on his. I mean, just the way Hugh Jackman is playing that character, like even in that last shot, dealing with like the media, like just how frazzled he is, and trying to really cover up the story. But then I think it speaks to something bigger as far as like kind of like a turning point in not just American politics, but American media and how we cover politics and just how we cover news in general. Like you say, is, you know, dealing with the idea of privacy and where that line is drawn, and where you can take a story and how far as a journalist, you know, that journalistic integrity that people talk about, you know, as far as where that line is, and then, you know, what is deemed, to be accessible and what the American people should know from our candidates who are running for public office and stuff like that. So I don't know, it was an interesting time, and you could definitely see that this was like a turning point in the late 80s into the 90s as we were coming into the digital age, and of course the stuff in the 90s with Bill Clinton and everything else, and just how that have kind of come to where we are today with social media and everything that's going on now. We don't need to discuss that anyway. But it looks like that Jason Reitman is really going to try to explore that in an interesting way. And I think he is going to be trying to speak to a lot of the political themes that is going on now. And I think it's always a good way to comment on what's happening now by looking at stuff in the past and how that is relevant and how those two things correlate from 30 years ago to now. I mean, literally, I think what it was, 30 years ago. So it looks interesting. It looks very, very interesting. So let me know what you thought of the trailer, the second trailer for The Front Runner, in the comments below. Go ahead, rate, like, subscribe, and share, and go ahead and check out my other dorks at MouthDork, at The Disco Dork, and at Sidewalk Siren. And as for me, I am The Turtle Dork, and with that, I'm out.